Hello everyone again. This is again one new batch of Guess Who TV. It's me again. Hello, how is everyone? Now I have something interesting for us to discuss today. This is about what's going on now in the world. I'm sure you must guess. It's about this man, Donald Trump, President Donald Trump. I call him a maniac, a disgusting maniac. Donald James Trump, an American billionaire who was born in 1946, who entered as an outsider and became the 40th president of the United States from 2017 to 2021. And now, again, lucky him, elected once in a while, this happens, and it may not happen again, the first president of the United States from 2025 to 2029, his second tenure now. Now, my question is, what is he really up to, this man? It's really very, very disgusting. What does he think he really is? He says he wants to make America great again, MAGA as he calls it, but to make America great again, that was his mantra when he came to office, America first, America first. Let's look into this at first. America, United States of America, a former British colony that became independent in 1776, that went on to become a superpower in 200 years, overtaking its former colonial power, Britain. It's a superpower that saw the world do the First World War that came in 1916 and then helped stop in 1918, and then the Second World War when they were dragged in by that devil Hitler. And then the Emperor Hirohito of Japan, when America was attacked by Pearl Harbor in 1941. The U.S. declared war on Germany by Franklin Roosevelt. And they went on with Britain and others to defeat Hitler. And then from there, America became a superpower. They all worked jointly together to defeat Hitler. Economically, the dollar has been the currency of the world. This is the United States currency since 1944. The world went through a Cold War with the Soviet Union. And on one side, on the eastern side, they call them the red, and America leading the western side. And then and this one went on from 1945 or 1949 till 1989. I would say with America emerging victorious. The American economy was booming, and capitalism proved to be the right economy opposed to communism, spearheaded by Russia, the Soviet Union then. And then the likes of President Reagan, of blessed memory, saw to this by when he brought up with the Star Wars and the economics and all that. The Soviets could not match it, and then the Cold War came to an end with what's his name, Mikhail Gorbachev, the Soviet leader that came in 1985, who came with the policy of perestroika and glasnost, open and structuring. But that now led to the republics now wanting to break away. It suffered enough, and then the end of the Soviet Union, the Cold War came to an end. The two Germanys came together, and that is it. Since then, America has now emerged as the only superpower in the world ever since then. And this nation has led the world in the economy, culture, everything, and the military. The presidents of America that have ruled us since then have done very well, in one way or the other. They are not perfect, but they've tried very well, leading America to greater heights, and then saving the world where it mattered most. Remember the Gulf War and all those things that happened there, saving nations. They've done very well. The might and grace of America has now made America to be referred as God's own country. So my question is, what other greatness does this man think he can bring in? And America is so great, even before he came to office. Then came this man in 2017 with the slogan "America First." As if America is not great and all that, he feels that the nation taking America for granted. It's all lies. This is the richest nation on earth today. 350 million people. The best of all the superpowers, world powers that we had ever since. I love that country, United States of America. And may God keep that country going. So who is it to now come and start bringing in things that is even turned out to be disgusting? It's just a disgusting maniac, I tell you. Look at his policies. Very racial, starting with the racism in the first place. When Barack Obama became president, he now even said Obama was born in the United States, a bona fide American, because Obama is of African stock. And then later he now had to turn around and say he was born in the United States and all that. But what can I say? He refers to Africa as a shithole area and his racism. When he was brought up by his racist dad, Fred Trump, who had links with the KKK and all that, And then his presidency in the first time has been terrible. He's been rude to the press, especially the CNN and all that. He caused economic chaos by imposing tariffs on China and all that, saying that they see technologies and things like that and all that. He has failed in that strategy because they have to then reciprocate by giving tariffs. And economists are told that trade wars they have no effect, no meaning. If you give me tariffs, I give tariffs back. So he achieved nothing. He still that he wants to use such money to even clear the backlog of debt and all that. And I mean, the other US president were not daft in not putting tariffs. They keep on putting tariffs and they'll put tariffs back. And when the tariffs go back, when it tit for tat, what have you achieved? Absolutely nothing. And he knows that. So he now feels that he can be better than everybody because of his achievement in business. He's not the only billionaire. I respect his achievement in business, but this is the presidency. It's completely different. His racism knows it's terrible. Then he now comes to the way he's now dealing with Europe. He now sees the EU as challenging the US. Well, it looks like it, but I don't see it as that. This man is just terrible. His policies are just terrible. It takes you nowhere. And his first term, due to that Democrats were in control, they had to put him in check. And they had him impeached twice because he was even abusing power. And now, and then the other area that he came up in his policy again in his first term was immigration. Trying to deport people, as they call them, illegals. All sorts of things. I support population control. But the way he's done it is a very dehumanizing manner. He will even favor it being white populated and then get all other non-whites out of if he has his way. This is what he wants. He has even gone ahead and start instituting bans in Muslims, all for one reason or the other, because of it is for Muslim and Islam. But he will need the money of the Arabs to even do business with them. This man is a racist and he knows no bounds. I'm even surprised that he has African American friends or who even vote for him. Now they see now things have turned. He even in his second term, because he was not voted out in his first term, he was not voted out due to the way he handled COVID, and then he didn't even accept the results, and then he had to now sponsor lunatics and hoodlums January 6th to go and raid Capitol Hill. Then Joe Biden came in. Then, luckily for him now, as luck failed to have it again, due to this, the Russia-Ukraine war that crippled the economy of the United States, if I use the word crippled. And then Joe Biden was not. Joe Biden had to concede, give way because he was even not well enough. And then he now had to come by again by defeating Kamala Harris. He's so lucky there. He even escaped an assassination attempt. Who knows where God kept? I don't want him killed, but let's watch and see. It's been terrible. This is second term. And he even won this second thing with a voting majority, and then became the man of the year. Well, he's lucky to have done that. That happened more than 100 years ago. And then his second term and now became worse. The same person again. He now came this time and then signed out a law to even stop citizenship. But a judge or two judges have said that cannot even hold. And what did he do now? He's now calling on the chief judge, John Roberts, to impeach federal judges who flout his orders. Who does he think he is? This man is just disgusting and terrible to me. He feels like an emperor. That's what he feels like, a dictator. Americans don't do dictators. He now wants Canada part of the United States, as well as Greenland. Canada is a sovereign country. They should be a republic. They should cultivate ties with Britain and then become a sovereign nation. They are worthy enough. They now wants to impose tariffs on the country to cripple the economy. Canada will never be part of the United States. Absolutely never. And he now wants Greenland, a place of 50-something thousand people. Or big. He now says they want America from attacks. All these are false. It's just for his empire ambition. But he's always full thinking because he will never get that territory. He will never get it. His racial bias knows no bounds. Due to the way he was raised by his parents and the way the African Americans were treated in the 70s, he's so racist. Now he wants to favor white South African farmers because he's being misguided by Elon Musk, a South African turned American now. I don't know if he wants to bring back apartheid. This man is just terrible and disgusting. His policies takes him nowhere. All wrong. Now look at the war in Ukraine now. He said that he can end this war in one day, but that's a sarcastic cheeky statement that we've seen that it cannot even go to be. We are now wanting to see how he end this war. He now seems to be favoring Vladimir Putin, Russian president, in this war. How can he favor Putin over Ukraine? This man caused the war in Ukraine that threatened East Europe. And Zelensky had to defend himself. And you're now blaming him for the war. Ukraine has the right to join NATO as a sovereign country. Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, the agenda are enjoying safety. They will never attack Russia. Rather, it's Russia that wants to attack them. And this man is just sheepishly supporting Putin in this. He look at his chat with Zelensky. He disrespected him there, blaming him for starting the war. How can you imagine that? A man who wants to save his country, you are blaming him for saving his people. It's terrible. Now you go to the Middle East. And he has always shown his support for Israel over the Palestinians. Terrible. They did that in the first term when they now went to move the capital, U.S. capital, to Jerusalem, calling it peace. I mean, this is just disgusting that Jerusalem is still here to be discussed. And you want to give Israel the eastern part, encouraging them to annex territories. Palestinian state. All wrong policies. I don't know the greatness that it's making. It's terrible. And now in the second time, they now come again to say, oh, that they want to now take Gaza as an American territory. But his plan is to take it there and give it to Israel. And of course, the Arab won't accept that. And now he has calmed down, because if he ever does that now, the Arabs will now severe ties with him, and he will lose those billions that he wants from them. No ex-US president has even behaved this way. The federal will caution two-state solution. That he wants to act different, he's better than everybody. Hell no. What has he done now? He in his America First policy, put America out of the United Nations, put America out of WHO and the World Health Organization, because of the way he handled COVID that even cost him the election. Now he now turned around to blame WHO, and now you've now left the WHO. What nonsense. The climate change that has to make this world safe again, he calls it the Chinese hoax, he has left there, and the Iran nuclear deal. Just causing trouble. He feels on top of the world. He feels that all the criticism that we are putting again, he loves it. I don't know what he wants to feel like. A WrestleMania king or whatever. He wants to feel better than other US presidents, but I see nothing here. No greatness here. The leadership in Europe has been so abysmal that Europe is now looking up to even working on their own defenses. That is about and others should be in as welcoming, embracing other people, humble. Nations are running to America for help. That's why America is a powerful nation. And he's positive isolation. That is even American decline, not greatness. Then look at NATO. I agree with his policy of making nations to increase their budget spending. Fine, but don't bully them or anything like this. They will do that. United States is NATO, and NATO is America. So if you put that of NATO, well, another president will come back and put it back. Now Europe is now looking, which is a good thing for Europe, looking to work on the defense against Russia. This man has really misbehaved. Now he's now putting tariffs on the EU because he feels that EU is a threat to America. And the EU are responding putting tariffs as well. When you keep on putting 25%, 40% tariffs, what do you achieve? You achieve nothing. This man is a disgusting maniac. All those who voted for him, especially African America, should hold their heads in shame. If this what they call greatness is terrible. And my surprise there is just the silence of many of them here. Though not all. They see this is happening there and they won't say anything. It's like they encourage him to continue. Him and his vice president, J.D. Vance. This is pure terrible. It's just terrible. This man is disgusting lunatic. He has nothing to offer. I see no greatness in what he's doing. Nations will retaliate when you put tariffs there. Who is he? He's just a disgusting maniac. I just hope that his tenure will just come and go at 2029, and then they elect a better president. If it's even the Democrats, let it be a better person. So we don't go through this nonsense again. This has got to stop. This man is just a threat to world peace. He has nothing to show as greatness, and he's just been allowed to go on. Now he's even calling for even judges to be impeached. Can you imagine that? This is a democracy, for goodness sake, not a dictatorship. He would do anyway, because the likes of Putin will carry on in power, and he envies them. He admires the Kim Jong-uns and all that. American power is meant to be used well to save nations. For him to now pull out there and it will take him nowhere. It's isolation. China is ready for America in terms of the trade war, and he will lose on that one. So I don't see what is going to achieve in this. It's just disgusting. Everybody is now aware of him now, and we now want to see how things will go. There's no greatness at all in this. We have to see how the so-called peace plan will go with on the Russia-Ukraine war. We have to watch and see how it goes. I don't see him succeeding in it. It's all going to end up in flames and failure. This man is just a disgrace. Have this man as American president or what he's doing. It's terrible. Americans should know better. Americans don't do dictators. There's no greatness at all in this. And may the good Lord give America a good president in 2029. God save this world. And then Canada and Greenland will be sovereign countries. They will die on their own. This man will not have his way. Thank you for listening. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts here. Thank you very much.